106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
How do you like them apples?
I drink your milkshake.
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Say hello to my little friend! The power of Christ compels you!
Here's Johnny! The war must sing for you!
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
The Half Focus Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the worst podcast
Wow.
ever recorded.
Okay.
Turn this shit off right now! And turn the movie off, don't watch it! Climb in your cave, COVID's real, this lady doesn't deserve a bed.
Alright, well, welcome to the Half Focus Podcast. That was Blake Haynes. I'm Noah
I'm
Cross.
so sad.
Why are you sad?
Because we watched My Neighbor Totoro, and this movie straight up opened with the most uncomfortable, weird opener I've ever seen in a film. It was just like, it looked like what you would show, did you ever watch those tapes when you were like 5 to try to teach you a new language? Like my mom and dad would show me these movies to try to teach me Spanish, and I never even learned a word.
Did it? Yeah, I was gonna say, did it work?
Hell no. I couldn't learn that shit in high school. I couldn't learn that shit right now. But it just reminded me of the intros to those, and I was just like, bro, I could already tell from the way the lady's going, hey, let's go, we're gonna go on a cake. I didn't realize how much foreshadowing was in that song later, but also, I was just like, this movie's gonna be sad as shit. The mom's gonna die or something. I was just like, it's gonna be.
Oh, we have a big disagreement here on whether it's sad or not.
I didn't actually think it ended up being totally sad, but I was like, from the start, I was just like, no.
I was
Make
so
it
happy
stop.
the entire time. I thought it was beautiful.
Noah loves the pain of the everyday man.
But I'm gonna just give a little background on the movie, if that's okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been. But
No, you're good.
just give us some background and give us a question. You know.
Okay. So,
You open my
if you
sprite.
didn't know, My Neighbor Totoro is a Studio Ghibli film, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his first name right. It was directed in 1988. It was like his.
Stronger.
No, I will not. It was his like 4th or 5th film. I think it's kind of the one that jumped him to fame. I thought it was amazing. So my question.
Came out in '88.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Is this the most wholesome movie you've ever seen, or is your opinion invalid?
Okay. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. But I guess my opinion is invalid. No.
Damn.
You're right. This is actually, like, because at first my brain was about to be like The Lion King, and then I was like, they have dicks in the clouds. So that shit doesn't
They
work.
got a dad dying, they got murdered.
Yeah, like, I'm just saying, and like, they just, even in like fucking Lady and the Tramp, it's like, the cigarette companies were paying them to get cigars in the fucking mouths of the dogs. So they didn't share a noodle. The original script was them to share a Black and Mild.
But this was just an adorable movie, and it made me so happy the entire time.
Dude, honestly, you're right. Like, there's no other, like, it's hard to not get it. Let's just kind of assume you've watched it. I think it is, because everyone always is like, I'm not gonna watch it. You're just giving us bullshit anyways, you liar. I'm kidding. And if you're listening to this right now, I love you. And if you're not, I love you too. But you should be listening to this if you're not.
But also, if you haven't watched the movie and you're listening to this, like,
It's weird.
yeah, you're just a weird person.
Yeah,
I
so
can't
like,
do that.
So like, we're not gonna like. Well, I guess we can talk about real story in the later half, but like, we still should. Let's just like, who cares about spoiling things to a degree?
Yeah. Well, I do have one broader point thing that, like, I feel like you'll agree with. When it comes to just Studio Ghibli films in general, with the animation style,
It's Ghibli. Is it GIF or GIF? Is it Ghibli or Ghibli, dude?
I think it is Ghibli. I
It's
apologize. I've offended everyone out there.
Dude, you just
I'm gonna
offended
get
an
hate mail.
entire country.
Probably, yeah. That's okay.
Say the director's name again.
You,
Stronger.
you say the director's name.
I don't know how.
But their animation style,
Dude.
and the hand-drawn
I'm
animation.
sorry. I'm sorry that
No,
I need to go back in time for a second. So
Okay.
we're just gonna rewind. All right, so this is not the most wholesome movie I've ever seen for this simple reason. In the first 5 minutes, I wrote down the wonders of destructive children sure are strange and disturbing, because the second these girls get to the house, they just grab the pole and start shaking it. They're like, let's see if we can tear it down. And they start chanting, tear it down, like Antifa. What the fuck is wrong with this movie? I was like, these girls are wild. They have no respect for boundaries or rules.
Okay, I will say I had multiple bullet points on just under the category of these kids are psycho.
Dude, yeah, exactly. That was a joke, but it is like, just thinking about like myself, I'm just like, obviously, let's not even talk about trauma shit. Let's just talk about it funnily. Like, kids do crazy, like, kids even, like, shoot people, and it's, like, because, like, they just found a gun, and they thought it was a toy type shit. And it's just, like, kids are crazy. Like, they're just like, let's just, it's funny if this all falls down. It's just our new house.
I threw rocks at cars when I was about 6 years old as they drove by on the highway.
You are, dude. There's literally people have gone to jail for that shit. There was,
I don't think
those
I
kids
hit
that
any cars.
But do you remember those kids that dropped bricks? I know it's different, but there was those kids that dropped bricks off of a bridge onto like a fucking highway, and like it hit some driver and killed like a bunch of people. It was really bad. But moving on. Something that I did as a kid one time. We would always do that thing where you do the invisible rope. You know.
The like
where you stand in the middle and act like you guys are holding a rope, and then you run to both ends of the street and like lean like you're holding onto a rope. But there is no rope.
What the hell are you talking about?
So when everyone at home, go try this. Just unless you live in a red state, then you might get shot.
Parents, send your kids outside after they reach the age of 3 to do this.
Yeah, this is a 3+ game.
Yeah,
it's a 3+ game.
We do have some age limits with that,
but. Just go out in the middle of a somewhat non-busy but a little busy street, you know. You want some action. If it's 2 ways, bonus points. And you want to stand out in the middle so a car is coming at you and your friend, and they definitely see you. So they'll start slowing down a little bit, obviously. And you guys are going to put your hands together like like your mimes, as if you're holding something. And then you're going to both run to either ends of the street, holding your hands out as if you're holding a rope. And you're just going to act like you're pulling rope. So as if there's like a rope that they're going to drive through. And almost every time the person will like stop. Like some people will come to it. I said there's people that know it. So they'll drive through. But I remember we would do this in middle school. And people would come to a complete stop. And then we'd run away in the bushes and shit like that. Oh.
I have nothing in response to that. That's just the weirdest thing of it. I would have never thought of that, and I've never heard of that.
Yeah, well, you had too much to do as a kid, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. I had too many
You didn't
friends.
have to resort to crime like I did to pass the time. Straight delinquency.
Okay. So...
Straight destructive children. I'm sorry. Okay.
Am I okay talking about animation stuff?
Animation.
Oh, shut up. Like, you don't care at all.
No, you're right. Like, I'm trying to think of... There's a bunch of specific scenes, but literally as soon as it opens with the car bouncing and everything, I was just like, oh, that's that movement. Like, because in animation, technically, the main thing is actually just frozen in the center of the screen, and they're moving the background, and little shit like that. That's just like... Ghibli or Miyazaki films, they're just like so technical. Like that animation shit, because when you actually, it's like, oh, it's just a drawing, but it's just like one shot has like a bird in the background flying, anatomically correct. At the same time, boxes are shifting and the car's bouncing around and smoke's getting cooked up. It's just like, how do you remember all these factors to not like? And it's painting, by the way. Like, besides characters.
But the cool thing that was, because I read just a little bit about it, that they focus on a lot is making, like, especially main characters, one, everything's anatomically correct in their movements, and two, all the characters will have, like, unique facial expressions, unique running and movement styles, and, like, you notice that in the movie, and the way, like, Satsuki runs versus Mei versus Kanta, and all of that, like, they all move in just their specific, like, personalized ways, and it's so cool.
Okay, I'm sorry. I do have a couple gripes with the animation that I specifically remember.
Okay.
The cake looked like a fucking pile of someone's ashes.
What cake?
When Kamatu or whatever. Kanta, the boy, he brings the cake for like the grandma and the new family in the basket. And at first I was like, he brought them their mom's ashes? Holy fuck! I was like, that's fucked up. And then he went, I was like, that's messed up. And then they started eating their mom, and I was like, this is crazy. And pretty much, I just realized in animation, like in anime, the food looks like garbage. There's either slop or cubes of multiple colors. Not always, actually. I'm joking.
I think that the cake might have also just been like supposed to be some, Japanese food that gets called cake when we're using a 1988 translation to English.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually soup. Chicken noodle soup.
Who knows?
Because it wasn't cake. Who knows?
Could have been little cakes. I don't fucking if I know, man.
And then if this movie wasn't animated, like, okay, the scene. So
that'd be terrifying.
They open the door to look upstairs, and it's completely dark. And then a single acorn goes down the stairs to their feet. And these two little girls are like, I'm going up. I would have pissed my pants in that moment. Like, fuck that shit. I'm like, we need to get out of this house right now.
No, it was so funny because they're like, this house is haunted. And I'm like, yeah. You leave. Why are you happy? Why are you like, I want to see the ghosts.
Exactly.
I want to meet the fucking gremlins.
Like,
no.
I just specifically remember the acorn falling down. And I was like, imagine. I was like, we're watching Insidious now. Animated Insidious. Okay.
Going to the Kids Are Psycho. I counted at least, I'd say like 3 to 4 separate times. Those children should be dead. They should be dead.
Give them to me.
Okay, so first, when they were fucking around with the rotten porch stump, that shit should have collapsed on them. Like, I'm sorry. I guess I think it's 3.
I'm sorry, but okay, so let's guess just give me a number from May, how old she is. 3, 4, maybe?
Yeah.
She got hit with, like, a fucking piece of wood in the back of the head that was the size of my dog, and I was like, and she's just like, it runs away. I was like, this kid's cracked up right now.
And then there's the fucking time when May first finds Totoro and she like falls down this tunnel. She bonks her head. Her eyes are going wild. Like, nah, she's dead.
You're right. That fall was intense.
It was a fast tunnel.
That was not a slide.
Yeah, it was a tunnel. But, and then the last time when Totoro picks them up for their beautiful little flight, there was an amazing scene. Those guys should have been fucking thrown off that thing. No 4-year-old has that upper body strength.
Centripetal force.
Yeah, the upper body strength, the centripetal force, the wind resistance. Nah, May fucking flew off into the distance and she's dead.
Shout out Mrs. Haynes. What was her name?
Yeah, that was Mrs. Haynes.
Shout out Gail. Shout out Gail.
Gail Haynes.
I hope you're doing good in Sweden, Gail. To be honest, She was going somewhere, right?
I don't really remember.
If she is, she's dead. If she's in the Netherlands, she's dead.
Okay, let's
COVID got her.
Let's move on from that topic of our former high school teacher being dead.
You seen Spirited Away?
Yeah, we watched that together.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one time. Okay. So these soot gremlins walked, so the soot gremlins in Spirited Away could run, dude. Like these, I'm just kidding.
Could the soot gremlins in Spirited Away fly though?
I don't know. I think they just moved coal.
Yeah, they were just moving coal. They were just running back and forth. But yeah, that was the first thing I saw. I was like, soot gremlin.
It was literally that.
Yeah, it was the same I wrote it down as the little ball guys before we learned the names. Also, May totally killed one.
Yeah, and they were still cool with her. What's that? Yeah. But also, that exact same thing happens in Spirited Away, right? Where she like stomps on one, and then it's just ash under her foot.
Yeah.
So I was literally. So is this all the same? This is a question. I don't really know Ghibli films super well. This would be a better question if we had Logan here. But is it a Ghibli universe? Is this all the one universe?
I don't think so.
The GCU?
The GCU?
The Ghibli Cinematic Universe, dude.
I don't think so, because so the other Ghibli film I've watched is Whisper of the Heart, which wasn't directed by Miyazaki, but was like written and produced by him. And that's a completely different universe for sure.
Maybe Spirited Away in this one, because even just the way they explained like what Totoro is, and oh, you can see him, you can't see him, they choose all these things. I was just like, oh, so maybe this is the same world.
Yeah.
And this came out, and then so I had to look it up, and it's like Spirited Away comes out in 2001, so 13 years later. So and like it shows, but it's just like, and that's such an amazing movie. So is this, but I feel like this is like the early seed conception of this. Like I don't know when the other Miyazaki films come out, but I'm assuming this is an early one, and it's interesting. I feel like you can see a lot of this is his like the seed movie where like so many themes and ideas you can see in so many other movies of his.
Yeah, no, I mean one of the things that the way Satsuki runs is the same way the main character in Spirited Away, the way she runs, and the way she would like when she was mopping the floors. She'd do it with like her hands on the ground and her feet up, just like pedal running forward. Yeah. It's exactly what happened in Spirited Away. So like I do think they also took some of the style from it too.
Yeah. It's a little okay.
Oh, before you say anything, cat bus.
Dude, if I'm not getting on another bus the rest of my life if it's not a cat bus.
Only cat buses from now on.
Look, it looks so comfy. You sink into
it. Fucking cat bus.
Just I want to walk around in it. I didn't think the girls utilized their time in the cat bus as much as they should.
No, they should have had that cat bus running around the country.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
we want to go to New York, to LA.
Like, nah.
They're like, we're in Tokyo. It's like, you're a cat bus. Get us there.
I would have moved into cat bus.
Dude, I did think it was actually, like, very cool how they were the wind. And, like, the people couldn't see them, but when they would fly by, a gust. And because it's just, like, I don't know if, like, Miyazaki is portraying if there's like a certain religion or like philosophy that he's portraying, but it is interesting of the idea of just like, oh, the spirits are those things, like you just see the water go doot 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 and you're like, what the fuck? And it's just like, oh, is that maybe that's the spirits? Like, I don't believe in that shit, but it's just like, it's interesting how in this world that's cool.
Well, yeah, and one of the first...
Stop hating in religion, Noah.
No, I was gonna say
believe in something. Stop just believing in AOC. She's not a god. We're gonna take the shrine down tomorrow, and you're having your intervention on fucking Wednesday.
I swear to God, I will send you to the Antifa police.
Do it. I have some words for them. Send me to Chad's. What was it, Chad or Chaz?
What are you talking about? The country?
The month-old country in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, I don't know that one. I thought you were talking about the African country Chad.
If Portlandia is still... You don't know about when the people in Portland took
I knew
few
that
blocks?
They took a few blocks.
It was called Chaz.
That's more of a commune, but we're not going to get into that here.
I believe in cults.
I mean, who doesn't believe in cults existing?
Dude, Totoro is the first group.
Yeah.
His name is all he says. I mean, it's just a couple other words. Dude, a little louder for the upstairs. give it for the whole. No, but that man can make some noise.
Yeah. Well, okay, that was the thing. The first wind gust.
I want to sleep on a Totoro bed.
So do I. But when Satsuki's picking up like firewood and that whole wind gust, like when it lifts it all up into the air. I don't know if that was Cat Bus running by. I think it was
someone.
I think it was Totoro like yelling or something. But yeah,
I didn't even like pay attention to that. But
you're
right.
I didn't think about it till after the fact, and I was like, wait, this is the wind.
I bet if we watched those first 20-30 minutes again, there would actually be a bunch of shit that goes down.
A bunch of
hints.
hints.
Like we're like, oh my goodness, that's so weird. Like a horror movie. What the fuck, dude? Imagine if he was real. Those teeth. Also, the goat that May runs into was the
scariest creature in the whole movie.
I've never seen a goat that scary in my life. It had sharp teeth.
It did.
Goats
it had fangs.
You feed goats with baby bottles at the zoo. I've done it. This is all bullshit.
Yeah, no, this goat ate meat.
Yeah. This goat ate kids.
This was a carnivorous goat.
Yeah, they fed the zoo kids.
It didn't want the corn. It wanted May.
Oh my god. Dude, it literally did act like it was going to eat her.
It seemed like it.
I mean, when you're at those... Have you ever fed the goats?
Yeah.
They start to, like, try to eat you.
They nip at you. But, like, goats don't eat meat.
Yeah, but they nip at you because they're curious.
Yeah, but they're not trying to eat you.
When they said... They were like... Okay, the dad's like... back in the day when the men were friends with trees. I was like, that was never a time. We were never homies with the trees.
Well, in this world, it might have been.
Okay.
We also never had Totoros.
We never had the sit. You don't know that. Maybe they're just not showing themselves.
We never had a cat bus. Trust me, a cat bus would show itself to me.
Because you want it to? That's how it works?
It knows I would do anything for it.
What would you do to get a cat bus?
Anything.
You have to kill something to get the cat bus.
I would bring it a lot of mice. It could have all the mice.
Dude, just fill up like a laundry basket with dead mice.
Yeah.
You could probably get a cat bus.
I would get a cat bus.
But I just thought the dad being like, I saw this tree and I picked this house was terrible decision making. I didn't think those were good qualifications to pick a house, a big good tree.
So did he hire a contractor?
You know who else has picked houses like that, like with that same criteria?
Who?
People in Southern California, and they don't live there anymore because their homes are all burned down.
Okay, but also...
I live in the plains!
Yeah, thank God we have no trees nearby.
I can't wait to live on the moon or Mars. I'm sorry.
You're not rich enough for that.
You're right. But when QT gets on this pod, we might be. We're going to convince Quentin Tarantino to bring us up for his 11th movie.
Oh yeah, we'll be up there.
Quentin, your 11th movie has to be filmed on Mars.
Don't worry, it'll be a Star Trek remake.
That's kind of funny. Imagine they were like, Quentin, you've made 10 movies. You've said you were going to make 10 movies. The planet is literally burning to death, and we're only taking 1,000 people. You have 2 options, bitch. You can make an 11th movie for our space Netflix, or you can fucking die on this rock with the rest of these poor people.
Oh, he'd do it.
The rest of these people talking into a microphone.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, this is slightly... I know this is inappropriate and bad.
Are you talking about the same scene I'm talking about?
His fucking water hose had to be... I just thought the bath scene about 30 minutes in was a little strange. He's sitting wide-legged. Granted, I don't know how long May's dad's cock is.
I was gonna say I don't want to be culturally insensitive if this is something from...
that's not even... It's just, that is like a parent... That's not actually weird
But the thing was, when Satsuki got into it...
She was in the water too?
She hopped in when they got scared and then started doing their weird laugh at it if you're scared.
Oh my god, that was the scariest part of the entire movie. The dad going... He just out of nowhere goes... And the girls are like, what the fuck are you laughing at? He's like, laugh to make it go away. I was like, you're psychotic. Ah! He's the Joker, dude. He's like, if I laugh hard enough, the demons will disappear. I thought that shit was terrifying. That was the scariest part. Fuck the acorn.
It was a weird scene. I as soon as it started, both of us just started writing stuff down. We were like, what is this? I have no idea.
Do you give me some? Give me. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been talking so much.
Okay. Well, most of what I have left. Well, one thing, and I don't know if you thought about this at all. I've thought about it a little bit since I wrote it down. Why were the kids so obsessed with acorns from the beginning?
I know, like,
I mean, my best theory is
we're in the Midwest. We got a lot of acorns.
Yeah, they're from the city. They're the city folk moving out to the country, and they're like, and maybe especially for May's sake, she's never seen acorns before, but they're acorns. Like,
what is this tiny coconut that fell from the tree?
Like, I didn't get it. I didn't get why they were so obsessed from the beginning. After they met Totoro, I get it, because they're like, oh, that's a Totoro thing. Like, I get this shit. But I don't know.
I do, as a little kid, you never had, like, a pet acorn or something?
You had a pet acorn?
Yeah.
Did you really?
No.
Did you have a pet rock?
I don't want to say I had, like, a pet rock, but I feel like I collected rocks.
I definitely think I did, too.
I don't think I was, like, his name is Larry. But, like, it was...
I was like, this is shiny.
This is shiny. You know what I did do? You ever seen Mark Wahlberg's We Bought a Zoo?
Fuck no, why would I have seen that?
I don't even know if it's actually him, but I'm pretty sure it is. But that movie was, or maybe it's Matt Damon. But
I think it's Matt Damon. It's definitely Matt Damon.
But We Bought a Zoo. I've never seen it, but I just kind of made my own zoos at 3. I would just like, well, you used to be able to buy these little bug kits, and it was just like a vacuum that wouldn't kill the fucking bugs.
Oh yeah.
Suck them up, and then it would be like, and here's the box to put them in, and it would be, and they never sold food for any of these things, but it was just like,
I'd always try to throw a leaf in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just assumed all bugs ate leaves.
Oh, my mom and dad were not crazy, so they would make me put like a piece of corn or something, they were like, okay, put a shiv and a fucking carrot in there and let them fight. But I literally like had a couple pet frogs. Those were the things that I feel bad about. I caught frogs and I put them in my habitat and I tapped on the glass.
Damn. I never did that. Like, I'd catch frogs, but I always let them go.
I was into science as a kid, but there was a couple that died. But science takes sacrifice.
Yeah, man, that's called experimentation.
Yeah.
That's learning. You could be the next Charles Darwin. Who's to say?
Noah's kind of sporting Hitler right now and the Nazis. That's cool, man.
Okay, why? I was trying to be nice.
It's just...
I was trying to be nice, and you do that. And this is why we shit on you most of the time during these episodes.
I want to have... Okay, we're just putting this out here right now. Logan Pauly gonna be on as an actual guest very soon. We're gonna be watching Akira and talking about it, like another phenomenal anime film, and I cannot wait for that because he's kind of internationally known as the king of comedy. A little smaller here in the U.S., not everyone, but if you go out to Japan and like Ecuador, they love Logan Pauly, dude. He's like a huge celebrity there. So you can just get with the times. You can catch on early.
Just Google him, really. It's
Google
all over
him.
his wiki page.
His name is Logan Paul on Instagram.
Yeah, he's pretty big on YouTube too.
Yeah,
I think he might have fought KSI at one point.
Yeah, and he's got a fight coming up with Floyd Mayweather. And personally, I think he's gonna hold his own.
We're not touching on that because we'll touch on that afterwards.
You want to know how Granny gets introduced in the movie? By getting karate chopped down her ass cheeks by May. May just closes her eyes, puts her hands like a praying altar boy in front of her eyes, and runs fucking face first into Granny's ass.
No, it's just like a Kakashi's super extreme like death
Yeah,
jutsu
exactly.
where he goes boop right to your butt.
I'm pretty sure it's like getting pantsed in Japan. That's a thing. Like you put your, it's like they walk up behind you and they take their fingers like a little gun and they right in the butthole. I don't know.
Fair enough.
It's probably unfair. I bet that's one of those things. Like I've always heard it like on many things, even things that I wouldn't call racist, like for sure, like things I like value and or say are credible. They're like, it's been like, oh, that's actually something they do as a prank there. I bet it's something that like some weird fucking people do as a prank, and if you ever did it, people would be like, what the fuck? But like some people did it, so they're like, this is a thing they do there, and it's just like, no one actually does this here. Like, I don't know, what's the American example? It's like, oh, you vote in the primaries. It's like, what the fuck? Absolutely not.
Alright, that's another thing we'll be addressing after the podcast.
Write it down. Oh, dude, May needed to pull her fucking weight in the move.
She's 4.
Yeah, we're speculating again.
Speculating on what?
Your Honor, speculation. Yeah, you're a law student.
They literally say she's 4.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if you missed that.
Came out in 1988. No, you didn't even know how old you were in 88. You were just like, I don't know. The doctor just said I came out in between the canyon and the big rock.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, I do have one specific thing from when this was the one like 15-minute period when I thought this movie was gonna get sad as fuck. When they send a little telegram and it's like, oh, the mom can't come home this weekend, and they all take off. Like May takes off running.
It's the anti-climax. It's like
it really was.
Climax.
I thought, I literally just wrote down, this shit got real too quick. Wait, too real? Holy fuck!
Noah just keeps writing, too real. Wait, too quick.
I was like, this is so wholesome and sweet. This is a beautiful movie. Oh my god, no, please.
You know what's fucked up? I wanted her to die because I was like,
let's address that.
My very first note was, this movie is so sad because of that song at the beginning that was so happy. Yeah. My first note was, this movie is the type of movie where the mom dies. And I've never even heard of, I didn't know a single thing about this movie besides there was a big bear. And
I think he was a rabbit.
All right.
Type thing.
He was, probably more a rabbit, but
he hopped a lot.
Yeah, you're right, rabbit. But
he was a rabbit.
I wanted her to. I got really excited when the telegram came that she was doing bad in the hospital, because I was like, two things. One, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna look like a genius on this podcast because I'm gonna get to be like, guess what? At the beginning, I said the mom was gonna die, and that's what happened. But then number two, when they went and visited her from the beginning, I was like, you are not that sick. We have fucking orphans dying of COVID in the fucking gift shop of the hospital, and meanwhile, this lady is taking up a bed.
Well, yeah, but this was set in like an older time. Like their medicine.
No. Where were their masks? Where the fuck was the social distancing?
I mean, honestly,
the old lady was just running around, snot and all. And I'm just saying that bitch was selfish for being in that bed.
Honestly, they probably should have had masks because that car.
Her daughter almost killed herself because she thought she had a cold.
That car was coal powered. I'm pretty sure there was fucking smoke just
in the very beginning.
Yeah, like that. They probably should have had masks for other reasons, but also it's olden times. She was sick. Yeah. She probably had the flu, and they were like, "She is going to die. There is nothing we can do." When
the little girls are in the back of the car wrestling, and they are driving up on the guy in the suit and the hat on the bike, and they're like, "Wait, and hide." I was like, "Wow, that's
the 12."
I was like, "That's a familiar feeling." Let's just leave it at that. I was like, oh, I've never been that airborne to be like, oh, whoa, that's a Subaru. Dude, honestly, though, if you do drive a Ford Focus, crash that shit in a wall. Or get, like, a blue or red one so we don't have to fucking hate you.
Don't bring me into your own issues here.
I was abused as a child by a white Ford Focus.
Okay, so moving on.
You know how the girl is like, Mom, I want to have your hair when I'm an adult?
Yeah.
I was like, doesn't she have, like, cancer or something? Isn't her hair?
No, her hair wasn't falling out. It was just long.
That's what...
And neatly held back.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna even write a note down.
You really thought this woman was gonna die. She didn't die. She wasn't dying. It was okay. It's a happy movie. It's wholesome. Stop wanting sadness in my life right now.
I'm just saying, that lady's hairline was at the East Coast. That shit was gone, and I was just like, you don't want her hair when you're an adult.
Bro, some of us have
Keep
five
your
heads.
bob. Keep your bob. I'm kidding. I'm not in... I don't know.
That does... This is going to be the stupidest conspiracy theory thing ever. So May, she has light brown hair. Mom, Dad, Satsuki have black hair.
Mailman. Red as a cucumber.
I'm just saying. Why did she have light brown hair? That's all I'll say. Why?
The granny's hair was a little light, if you ask me.
Oh, that brings up a whole new thing. This is family coming home now. You just made it more wholesome.
Did we watch My Neighbor Totoro or Romeo and Juliet? This is getting hot. Shit. Totoro, oh Totoro.
Where art thou, Totoro? Seriously, where are you, Totoro? I want you. I just want to lay on top of you. You seem so comfy.
This is like, I'm gonna be honest, I want to hear if you have any more other shit, but this is my last point. The dad is wearing mom jeans the entire movie. Those shit, if he jumped out of a fucking plane, they would act as parachutes and he would survive the landing. Like, those things are wide, and also it looks like he has one of those, like, vagina pockets. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when a slightly larger woman is wearing those pants, and it's just like, it's like three lobes that meet, like a triple Venn diagram in the middle.
No, I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Use your fucking imagination, dude.
I'm really trying not to right now.
It's like a little, whoop, whoop.
No, I'm not going to look at that picture. I'm going to look at the microphone.
He's got one of these, one of these big pockets.
Great, awesome. Speaking of the dad, Child Protective Services, where are you?
He is deaf for sure.
May fucking ran away and met a spirit, and you had no idea, and you were just like, cool.
Maybe it's a cultural thing, man. Have some fucking respect.
I was just saying maybe the cake and bath thing, where like those are based in reality, maybe.
No, I'm just, but I definitely was like, how did an entire forest grow outside? I was actually, okay, here's what I was thinking. That is actually, I was joking around, but like, that is actually interesting, because I had this thought a couple times during the movie, and I didn't write it down, but I was like, maybe I should bring it up. Excuse me. Does the dad know everything almost from the beginning? He seemed, so, I mean, he's the one that educates that. Maybe they're not forest spirits. That's just what he tells the girls. But
no,
like,
they are.
Yeah,
they're nature spirits.
Okay,
yeah.
But like, he's the one that even introduces that into the movie, into their minds and everything. I thought the granny, just because I'm used to like, oh, the old person is gonna introduce all this shit. I was like, oh, Granny probably sees Totoro and shit and his friends. But no, like the most educated person on the other world was actually the dad. So I was kind of like, maybe the dad's just kind of this enlightened guy who's like. He just knows whatever. Who knows what's good or bad? You know.
I think as a kid, he saw nature spirits. Like I can pretty much guarantee he definitely
nature spirits.
Exactly. He had the sixth
and
sense.
Bruce Willis when I sleep.
That's actually one of the nature spirits, believe it or not.
What element of what nature is he? The tundra.
I was gonna say like the gorges.
Yeah, the gorges.
Somewhere where no grass grows, similar to his head.
Yeah, it like a mountain. You know how the trees stop at the top?
There's Bruce Willis.
I
That's his domain.
Do bald people have like tons of armpit and chest hair? Does it balance, or do they have like less?
I think it depends on the person, dude. I don't know.
You used to be bald. Tell us.
That was a terrible choice.